Good evening, everybody. Pankaj, Vinod, all the delegations from various parts of the country, respected distinguished members in the audience, and my young fellow innovators and entrepreneurs who are out all there. It's indeed a pleasure and a privilege always to inaugurate one of the incubators in our country, and we have launched, Atal Innovation Mission has launched 102 incubators across the country, and I think you are among the 48 or 49 who have been inaugurated. So a big hand to Pankaj and his team and to EMPI for being one of the few incubators who have been selected out of thousands of applications to us for setting up an incubation center. As they introduced me, I am the Mission Director of Atal Innovation Mission. And the focus of Atal Innovation Mission is very simply, how are we going to create an ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship across the length and breadth of our country. Our country has never lacked for great innovators, great thinkers, great engineers, great scientists, great doctors, great philosophers, great artists. But what it has lacked has been an ecosystem of innovation and an ecosystem of entrepreneurship across the length and breadth of our country. And as a result of which, there are thousands of Indians who go abroad to the United States, to Europe, to UK. They do extraordinarily well. You have a Sundar Pichai heading Google. You have a Satya Nadella heading Microsoft. You have a Shantanu heading Adobe. You have a number of our very, very innovative and very, very learned people occupying the highest levels of position in universities, in institutions, in hospitals, etc., all across the world. And that is because they all have an access to an innovation ecosystem that helps them realize their full potential. We are a country of 1.3 billion people, and we have over 1.4 million schools in our country. We have over 10,500 engineering and related institutions. We have 35,000 plus universities and colleges. We have 150 million students who are entering into the workplace over the next 5 to 10 years. We also have a very, very unique situation where we are among the fastest growing economies of the world. And we have a wonderful situation where technology, affordable, accessible, available technology is changing the very way you're experiencing the world and the way the world is experiencing you. The cost of computing is coming down still dramatically, whether it is nano computing, supercomputing, and so on. The cost of communications is becoming almost zero. And the cost of storage and unlimited storage is being made available through the cloud and all the various technologies. Now, when you add to it the convergence of technologies like Internet of Things, augmented virtual reality, robotics, and a whole lot of electronics, and you have newer technologies like artificial intelligence, blockchain coming in, we have a wonderful opportunity to reimagine the world and to reimagine what we can do in this world. And therefore, to all of you young students, all of you young innovators, and all of you young entrepreneurs, you are living among the most exciting of times, as far as I know, where you have a tremendous convergence of three things. One of the fastest growing economies of the world, a demographic dividend that is the envy of many a country in the world, and a world of technology which is becoming affordable, accessible, advanced, and available to you right at your doorstep. And therefore, it would be a shame if we did not leverage, if the youth of the country, which is such a powerful force, an energetic force that can completely change the landscape of India, the complexion of India, and allow India to rise to the highest levels of economic growth and social good. If you, each of you who have had the benefit of great education, a great institute like EMPI, a great background, and all the convergence of the factors that I'm talking about, if you do not take this opportunity to become great innovators, to become the job creators of the future, you would have lost an opportunity. So everyone in this audience who is there, whether you're old or young, and that's including people like me, You have to think about how you can become an innovator who can make an impact. Steve Jobs said that we all should leave a ding in the universe. And for you, this is an opportunity to leave a ding in the universe. Leaving a ding in the universe means creating something that can make an impact, a lasting impact, and can ensure that it benefits not just you or your family, but also the society in which you live, the nation in which you are born, and the world to which you belong. And that is the opportunity. And India has a million challenges. You have challenges of affordable housing. You have 20% of our country still below the poverty line. You have 40% of the country which is agri-economy based. You have 100 smart cities identified, but you do not have 100 smart incubators in these cities. And all of you who are here today are fortunate to have a world-class incubator in the making with world-class startups to be able to be fostered in this incubator through EMPI. And therefore, you have an opportunity to address the million challenges and convert them into a million opportunities. Opportunities where not only can you benefit economically because of the startup that you create, but you can benefit the world with the impact that it can make. In order for you to be able to start, and some of you have already started on your innovation journey, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. If you want to leverage the incubator, and if the incubator also, the incubator management wants to ensure world-class startups coming from here, then we have to do and focus on a few things. First and foremost, you have to focus on, are you creating unique solutions? Solutions that can make an impact, solutions that are sustainable, solutions that can make a difference, and solutions that can have commercial or social economic impact in the society. So the solution has to be unique. And it's not easy to come up with a unique solution. You have to be able to go out and look at what are the problems facing the community. You have to look at existing solutions which are already there, and you have to question the status quo. Should this continue to remain a problem, or can I be the problem solver? Can I be the innovator who finds a solution to the problem? The second thing that you have to ensure is that you leverage technology to the hilt. Why? Because it is available, it is affordable, it is accessible, and it can make a world of a difference to the quality of the solution that you are bringing. So when you're talking of mobility solutions, when you're talking about renewable energies, when you're talking about electric vehicles, when you're talking about Internet of Things and clouds and augmented virtual reality, you have a great opportunity to integrate and leverage that technology into every solution that you make. And if you don't do that, again, the impact of it will be very low. The third thing you have to do is, it is great to aspire and to aim big. You have to aim big. Abdul Kalam, who came from one of the remote towns of Rameshwaram, many of you may not even have visited that place, which is a place which has probably one temple, one mosque, one church, maybe one school and one university, and it has a number of fishing boats. And out of this remote town came one of the finest scientists this world has seen. He was known as the missile scientist of India. But more importantly, he rose on not only to represent the creme de la creme of Indian talent, but he also went on to become the president of India in a very unassuming, humble manner that made an even greater impact on the rest of the country. When from such a humble town came such a great man, what is the opportunity that you have who have had the benefit of even better education coming from cities like Chennai or Bombay or Delhi or Hyderabad or Bangalore, and have had the benefit of great education? So that is the potential. You have to be able to aspire big. Abdul Kalam said, dream big and you'll achieve great things. Dream small and you'll achieve small things. You will be limited by your dream. John F. Kennedy said, in 10 years, we'll put a man on the moon in 1962. Now that was an audacious dream, and many people scoffed at that dream. But then, there were some who said, why not? and it galvanized an entire country into action. The NASA engineers and others stepped in, and lo and behold, before the end of the decade, man was put on the moon. That is the aspiration that every one of you who are a startup or who want to set up a startup should have. You should say, I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to put a ding in the universe. I'm going to aspire big, and I will achieve that. And it is the incubator's role to make sure that you achieve that dream. You should dare to dream. You should dream to dare. If you do that, you have a fantastic opportunity in front of you. But dreams and aspirations should be followed by action. Action should be accompanied not just by ability, but also with agility. Because in today's world, if you don't speed up, if you are not responsive, you have a very competitive world out there, and before you know it, somebody else who has been working on a similar idea is ahead of you, and you would be out of the race. So aspiration has to be followed with action. Action should be accompanied with ability and with agility. The next thing that you have to remember is that success for a startup doesn't happen instantaneously. Your solution, your idea, your innovation will have to undergo many iterations. You'll have to re-engineer, you'll have to reimagine, you'll have to reiterate before you get your solution right. You'll have many false starts, you'll have many falls, but no failure is deterrent to you. In fact, the word fail, as Abdul Kalam said once, stands for the first attempt in learning. There are only two things in a startup's life. One is learning, and the other is success. So if you're successful, it's great, but even in the success, there is learning. Learning for you and learning for others. And therefore, you should ensure that your solution, which you are reimagining for the world and which the world is going to benefit from, has many starts, and you get it right. And you continuously improve. Look at the iPhone, where it started. If you looked at the first model of the iPhone, and if you look at today's model, they are vastly different. And that is because you continuously re-engineer and reimagine what the iPhone should be. The next thing that you have to remember is you have to build a great team. It is not enough for you to be the lone innovator, the great ideator, and think that your idea is going to be a tremendous success. In today's world, which is a complex world and where a lot of expertise is required on different things, you have to have a great team. You have to build a team that is as passionate as you are. You need a team which has fire in the belly and spark in the eye. You need a team which works together, because it is when teams work together that dreams happen and dreams come true. As they say, dreams work when teams work. And so therefore, you have to ensure that you build a great team, and that team is possessed with that idea. Swami Vivekananda said that if you have a belief in 1,000 gods and goddesses, but do not have belief in yourself, you are doomed. So this team and you should have tremendous belief in yourself. If you have that, your startup is going to succeed. It will not see failure. And great startups are made by people and teams who believe in themselves, who believe in the idea, and who take that innovation and convert it into reality. The next thing that you have to remember is you have to be unique. You have to have a differentiator. You have to have differentiator not only in your solution, but in your approach to the market. The way you approach the market, there has to be differentiation in everything. There has to be uniqueness in your customer approach, in the way you are organizing your internal systems. There has to be uniqueness in the financing of your startup or the solutions that you're creating. There has to be uniqueness in your marketing and your global strategies. There has to be uniqueness in your business planning and strategy. So this uniqueness means constantly finding out the next best way to improve, to drive excellence, and to drive the next level of innovation. into your own innovation. And finally, you need to be persistent. Like I said, there is nothing called failure. And here, there is a poem which I have studied as a child and which has come to my mind often as I embark on anything. Success is failure turned inside out, a silver tint in the clouds of doubt. You never know how close you are. You may be near while it seems so far. Don't give up. Though the pace seems slow, you will succeed with another blow. I do hope that every one of you is extraordinarily successful in your life as an entrepreneur, as an innovator, as a job creator. I hope EMPI becomes a world-class incubator with world-class startups, with all of you pushing your shoulder to the wheel and becoming part of the innovation bandwagon this country so badly needs. Thank you so much. All the very best.